As what's the ruling on keeping the Qur'an on a shelf while my bed is facing it? When I sleep, my feet would be towards the Qur'an while it is not above my feet's position. Rather, it's exactly at the same height. And also, when the Qur'an is kept in the masjid on the lower shelves and our feet are pointing towards the Qur'an, what's the ruling on that? A lot of the people make a fuzz, they make a big issue out of this situation. You'll find people sitting in the masjid, leaning on a pillar, for example, or on a cupboard that has Qur'ans, and the elders come to him, said, "What are you doing? Move away from here." Said, "What am I doing?" Said, "You're disrespecting the Qur'an." Said, "Where is the Qur'an?" He says, "Behind you." So there's nothing behind me, it's a cupboard. It's the bookshelf. And I'm giving my back to it. Said, no, inside there is the Qur'an. This is disrespectful. Okay, you move somewhere else. You get pain in your feet. You extend your feet towards the Qibla. Elders come on, remove your feet. Remove it what? It's not detachable. What do you mean remove my feet? So no, you cannot point your feet to the Qibla. Why not? Say, this is disrespectful to the Qibla. Subhanallah. And if I turn my back to the Qibla, so this is respectful to the Qibla. And if I go sideways, my feet would be pointing at someone praying. It's respectful to the person praying. What should I do? Amputate? This is not logical. And it's not found in Islamic teachings. Yes, if someone says to me, put your Qur'an next to your feet. You're on the ground, your foot is here, and the Qur'an is here. This is a bit disrespectful. Though, there is no intent of humiliating or disrespecting the Qur'an. I wouldn't say it's haram, but it's inappropriate. But to stay in your room, and my room is 4 meters by 4 meters or by 5 meters. And at the end of the room, there's a shelf with the Qur'an, and my bed is to that direction, and my feet are facing the Qur'an. And people say, no, this is haram. Why is it haram? By your logic, if I'm sitting on a couch and my brother who is a hafiz is sitting on the floor, I should go and sit on the floor as well. Because he's a hafiz, I'm disrespecting the Qur'an. This can never end. And this is all baseless and is not related to Islam. Sometimes we tend to make an issue out of nothing. And we base our arguments, we fight over them, which was never done by the Prophet ﷺ nor his companions. You're disrespecting the Qur'an. Akhi, the Prophet ﷺ used to place his head in Mother Aisha's lap. He used to lie down and he used to recite the Qur'an. Would you dare and say that this is respectful? This would be blasphemy. It will be kufr if you call this disrespectful. So sometimes we have to rethink things over. And we have to use what is known as the Islamic glasses, spectacles. You put them on, you see things from the perspective of Islam. You take them off, it's worldly things. You see it like everyone else. This is what differentiates us between Muslims and non-Muslims, practicing and non-practicing. That we look at things from a different perspective. Everything has to be based on Qur'an and the Sunnah. So, for example, I'm sitting in the masjid. I'm reading the Qur'an. I come to an ayah that has prostration of recitation. So I fold the Qur'an, I put it on the ground, and I prostrate. Someone next to me holds the Qur'an up. I finish my prostration and I sit down, he gives it to me. Jazakallah khair, but why? He said, no, it's disrespectful to put the Qur'an on the ground. Says who? He said, yeah, because your feet are on the ground. Okay, I have no intention to disrespect or humiliate the Qur'an. I love the Qur'an. I recite the Qur'an every single day. What are you talking about? You can't be more Roman than the Romans. You cannot say that this is halal or haram without having the proper evidence from the Qur'an and the Sunnah. This is your own preference. If you think that this is inappropriate, don't extend your feet in the masjid. This is up to you. Don't place the Qur'an on the ground. This is up to you. But you have no right to tell me what to do and what not to do without proper evidence from the Qur'an